Okay, so, good afternoon. I'm Trevia Truck. And we haven't met for the past couple of days, for quite a while actually. Um, so it's time to get back to what we've been doing. I've been kind of having a break. Now, Gemini Clubus will be resuming here very, very shortly, and just as a reminder that we'll not be starting our Cancerian season until July 1. So on July 1st, Joe Frost, who you all know as Super Nanny, will be joining us, and I have a lot of very, very big plans for the coochiest season of the year, and the coochiest month, and the coochiest sign of the zodiac. So that's the little quote that I will write up for Cancer season. So, for that, in order to feel the feelings of Cancer that it feels, kind of the vulnerability and, the emotional insecurity and the sensitivity, we're going to be watching episodes of I Survived in moderation, of which people tell stories of when they were getting attacked in raping and kidnapping and all those types of things. Boat in a hurricane or avalanche or, all those things along those lines. And they are very, very harrowing stories. And so at a time when we feel the most emotions and empathy of the year, we'll be watching a few of those episodes. And they will be in the morning. They will not be, bedtime, so that everyone can get a good night's sleep, because they really do get to you after a while. That's the warning. So we will be watching those, but, as I said, in moderation. Okay? We will be watching plenty of episodes of Super Nanny, because that is Joe Frost's show, because the whole theme and the whole message and idea of Cancer is the family dynamics, family relationships in the home, emotions, getting along, comforts, all of those types of things are encompassed in Super Nanny. Okay? And we're also going to be talking about the Cancer Capricorn polarity. We're going to be doing something fun for that, which it's something also very interesting for that, which I don't have planned yet. But I'll see about it. Okay. Now, for this Cancer season coming up, you can bring along any family members here to the Amenton, because Cancer all revolves around the family. So, you're going to be bringing one or two family members here at the Amenton, so that, and they're going to be participating on a lot of fun, very interesting activities that I have planned. And so, I will be delaying Cancer season until July, okay, until the dominant month. I always like individuals who are born at the dominant month of the season, of the sun sign. So if you're a Gemini, I would prefer that you would be born on June 13th, except for May 26th. But that really doesn't matter. However, it does, and it doesn't. Okay, so I'm just going to make a couple of small things crystal clear to you, that Gemini Clubus will be resuming, and Gemini season will go all the way till the end of June, okay? And so Cancer season will be just the same So it is Leo season, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio until the end of the year. The astrological year from this point forward, it's going to be the beginning and the end of every month. It's going to be the astrological season, which is what it should be for starters. So if I had to design it, Capricorn season would be in January, and then Aquarius in February, Pisces in March, Aries in April, Taurus in May, Gemini in June, Cancer in July, Leo in August, Virgo in September, Libra in October, Scorpio in November, Sagittarius in December. Okay? So, let's see here. I do have one individual who will be coming up and joining us for the Gemini Clubus. That Deborah Silverman is away for right now. She'll be coming back on June 16th, so that is in a couple of days from now, and she'll be arriving back for this Gemini Clubus. So this year is not going to be normal. The show is not going to be normal. And remember that the Dimension Leader has the power to change the reality. And I will use that power to my advantage. So, when it's June 22nd, it's still Gemini season. When it's June 27th, it's still Gemini season. When it's June 30th, it's still Gemini season. When it's July 1st, Sun moves into Cancer. Okay? So, in an additional part of our Gemini medley, we're going to be singing, let's kick this Gemini season off with a bang. It is in a minor key, kind of like Egyptian Middle Eastern chords, and I have an idea for what I want from the theme song for Gemini to be. Okay? So, I'm just going to reiterate that if you are born on May 26th, then you're born on June 13th. If you're born on May 27th, then, that would be June, I don't know, 13th still. Born on June 28th, well, you're born on Donald Trump's birthday, which happens to be today, June 14th. Okay? So that's what I want to make clear to all of you. So, what we're going to be doing is, I'm going to be, I really don't know if I'm going to have the math group come over tonight. I think maybe tomorrow I'll have them come over, but I've been kind of taking a break from having them come over. So they've had a 2-day break here. But we'll get back to our songs and the learning to go along with that. But I'm just telling you for right now, make the most of this Gemini season. Okay? Oh, let's see. Okay, if you don't mind stepping over the fan, thank you very much. Okay, so, the person who just walked in, and you can sit down on the couch over there, his name is Colin Bedell, and he is the author of the Gemini book that we're using with the date range and the constellation. We're going to be beginning on Gemini as a child when the Gemini Clubus returns. Okay, so the sun is acting all funny this year, and it's not going to be moving into the next astrological season until the first of the next month. So I don't want to say something. I don't want you to say you can believe whatever you want to believe. That's not true. Don't make up stuff. Look at the reality, be practical. I do not need to hear the criticisms I do not need to hear comments like that spoken to me as a mental leader here at the Minton. Okay, I'm not going to have it. Okay, what I say goes. Okay, so that's the bottom line. I want to make that crystal clear. Okay, what everyone says goes. However, ultimately, I'm the mental leader. Whatever I say goes. So that's what I wanted to make the line drawn. Also, I just want to consult a couple of you into beautying something that I was noticing the other day. Because I was feeling wonderful feelings. And I was noticing when I went into the black building that has secrets deep inside it, that some of the adolescents are missing. And I just want to make sure that some of you, I just want to clear the air real quick. So raise your hand if you are responsible for seeing or doing or participating or aiding in perhaps getting rid of and unhypnotizing my adolescents so that they can escape and that they cannot be in the building anymore. I just want to know if any of you are responsible, and if you are, then raise your hand, and I want you to stay after, and I'm afraid that I'm going to have to teach you a lesson or two, okay? Because it's completely none of your business. It is completely secretive, it is locked, it is secure, it is my desires, my dream, my personal area, yet it's not. My individuals whom I own, my life's time, effort, and energy, is just augmented. And that's only part of it. So I will not have you going in and obliterating and completely wasting and throwing away all of the opportunities, all of the years that I have put into it. Okay? I am just not going to have that. It might be weird, it might be wrong, it might be disrespectful, it might be immoral of me to hypnotize individuals and lock them, trapping them in that building. But I am the only person who has control over that. None of you do. And again, I don't want to hear any criticism. I understand that it might not be the right thing to do, and I will listen to what you have to say that does not, I can understand, I can empathize with, but that doesn't mean that I will follow and that I will do it. Okay? So if any of you have a problem with it, then my response would be, too bad. Okay? So that's what I want to make crystal clear. Also, what's going to be happening is we're going to be working on a way to haul my organization, cloning it, and then bringing it over to the yard over there to set right next to my big black building so that we can increase the number of individuals. So we're working on a way to do that. And by the way, I want to see you in there, in the coral area, as well as someone else. So I just want to ask you, are you a May Gemini or June Gemini? Wonderful. Born in the dominant month. Amazing. Okay. Amazing. Okay. I was born in a dominant month as well. Anyone born in a dominant month of a sign, raise their hands. Anyone born in an undominant month? A couple of you. Okay. Let's just hope that none of you are born in late December or February 29th. Let's just hope so. Any of you born during that time? amazing. Okay. The next thing that I want to consult all of you about is that I do not have, I can't believe. I am shocked, I'm disappointed, and I'm a little bit appalled and disgusted of this individual who writes a whole entire book about Gemini, has the sophistication and the groundedness and the professionality and the seriousness to write a book. Written words, that author was writing written words, and then they go off making YouTube videos, cussing, using profanity. The author who did an amazing job writing a book on Gemini so incredibly well, and then making videos and cussing, those things are not connected. That is the exact equivalent of springtime and then spreading diseases and COVID are not connected. I am beginning to feel that the virus is slowing down. And I am not worried too much anymore. Because it's getting to be summer and spring, and it is ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous. So, I think that things are definitely improving, and they're definitely getting better really, really fast. And if I am wrong, that Kim Reynolds is not going to know what hit her. Not going to know what hit her. Because I was taking a walk the other day around, and I bumped into her. And we had a long conversation. And that conversation was about you know what. About all of the crap. About all of the anger, the disappointments, the suffering, and the making a fool of herself and her behavior and her words and her actions that she has done and said. That's what it was about. And I made it crystal clear to her. It was along the big main highway. And I remember bumping into her just yesterday. And I remember laying it down into her. That you're wrong. You're wrong. And I pestered her. I said, tell me the truth, because you know what you did, and you are just denying it, and refusing to own up for it. And she told the truth and said, I didn't do anything, I'm just a regular governor. I still don't buy it. She said that she told the truth, and she was still lying. She continuously lies. Lies. I cannot get through to her. I've tried everything. But it's a brick wall when it comes to her. She's incredibly bull-headed to own up for herself. Shame on her. Shame on her. Shame on her. And by the way, you remind me of the man who hosts the show Reality Dream. If you've ever seen Reality Dream. I never seen that show before, but I'd rather see the Love It or List It. Okay, so now that I have got everything addressed, Gemini Clubus will be resuming very, very shortly. Okay, so that'll be something to really, really look forward to. Okay, and, yeah, I don't really have anything else. Okay, so all of you can leave, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Okay? And by the way, I will announce it through the intercom or write it in, write it to you, the announcements through email if I don't, have this consultation with you.